This was never, ever about actually getting rid of Hamas or getting the hostages back. It's about getting rid of the Palestinians in total so that you can take the land and turn it into a beachfront resort for money down the road. I find it interesting that they were able to launch Operation Rising Lions against a superior fucking military and also against Hezbollah. You use all this high-tech shit when you go ahead and attack Iran and Hezbollah, but you can't do it with these Palestinians in Gaza that don't have half the capabilities of these other military groups. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. So this is why it's inexcusable. They ran the Patriot operation against Hezbollah, a bigger and very sophisticated military. They ran Operation Rising Lions, where they had Mossad assets behind enemy lines, building fucking drones for months. They used those drones to attack Iran's air defense, and they launched precision strikes and killed 9 generals and several nuclear scientists. How the fuck can Israel do that to stronger nations with stronger militaries, with stronger intelligence services, but they can't do that to Hamas? I'll tell you fucking why. It was never about destroying Hamas. It's about taking the land.
How should Israel have responded to a terrorist attack which just...
All right, let me go through. I'm going to tell you guys how Israel should have responded. I didn't get a chance to fucking finish my statement on this, but your boy Myron Gaines is going to go ahead and give you guys a full analysis of how they should have responded. Now, when October 7th happened, right, we know that roughly 200 plus Israelis were kidnapped and brought back to the Gaza Strip, right? And we know that leading up to the Israelis invading the Gaza Strip and bombing them, because they knew at that point, holy shit, we fucked up, right? They're going to hit us hard. There was a deal in place to get the hostages back, right? Without invading. Now, what they should have done was do the deal, get the hostages back. Once you get the hostages back, you could go ahead and bomb Gaza relentlessly, but that would have been a good idea. What they should have done was utilize and leverage their intelligence agencies, their informants, okay? All the people that they have inside Gaza that operate for them, and started to systematically target and assassinate all the leaders of Hamas, okay? Then just work your way backward from there. They did it with Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is a bigger, stronger, better armed, better trained militia than Hamas. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, you know, we had to go in there and get rid of them. Well, you guys really didn't have to go into Lebanon and get rid of Hezbollah. Yeah, you had some fights on the southern Lebanon, but that was a very quick war. Lasted maybe a month or two, and you guys were out of there. And you guys didn't invade the entire, you guys couldn't make it past the fucking Litani River. That's a whole other conversation. But the point is, it was a limited ground entry alongside a bombing campaign and an intelligence operation. They didn't do that with Gaza. They just said, let's level it. And the reason why they leveled it, despite what they tell you, is it wasn't about just eliminating Hamas, okay? What they're not telling you is that there were 3 priorities. Okay? That's what the Israeli government is scared to admit. The number 1 priority, we need the Palestinians out of Gaza. That's number 1. Number 2, we need to get rid of Hamas. So we not only do we need the Palestinians out, we also need Hamas out as well, right? And then 3rd, the hostages. The hostages are at the bottom of the fucking total poll when it comes to the priorities for your boy Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, an idiot that I was debating was saying, well, Myron, the people are protesting. The people want the hostages back. You're right. It's Netanyahu that doesn't want it back. You're right. So who makes the decision? Like, bro, your people are protesting. They want the hostages back, and they're not getting them back. Who is to blame? Netanyahu. Who makes the decisions? Netanyahu. And the reason why they're protesting is because I'm correct. He doesn't care about the hostages. He never did. They're a political ploy to extend the war. Simple as that, bro. Simple as that. So when we were having this debate or whatever, like, he just didn't get it. So again, get the hostages back, utilize your intelligence agencies, systematically and accurately target the heads. You have the ability to do it. You did it with Hezbollah and you did it with Iran. I find it interesting that they were able to launch Operation Rising Lions against a superior fucking military and intelligence service with the IRGC in Iran and also against Hezbollah. You use all this high-tech shit when you go ahead and attack Iran and Hezbollah, but you can't do it with these fucking Palestinians in Gaza that don't have half the capabilities of these other military groups. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Fatality.
Get the fuck out of here. So this is why it's inexcusable. They ran the Patriot operation against Hezbollah, a bigger and very sophisticated paramilitary group. They ran Operation Rising Lions, where they had Mossad assets behind enemy lines, building fucking drones for months. They used those drones to attack Iran's air defense, and they launched precision strikes and killed 9 generals and several nuclear scientists.
Welcome, punch!
They ran the Patriot operation, which took 10 years, by the way. 10 fucking years. They had bombs and fucking beepers, and they detonated them all within 48 hours or so and killed and or maimed and or destroyed the infrastructure of Hezbollah alongside targeted strikes. How the fuck can Israel do that to stronger nations with stronger militaries, with stronger intelligence services, but they can't do that to Hamas? I'll tell you fucking why. It was never about destroying Hamas. It's about taking the land. See, this is why I always beat these Zionists, bro. This is why them niggas don't let me talk.
Just to remind
Because
you,
I be cooking them, bro. That's what it is. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to be killing 60,000 Palestinians in Gaza at all. And it's way more than 60K. This fucking retard said 40,000. That's okay, let's go 40,000. 1-to-1 ratio, like you said. That's still 19,000 people that died innocent. That's unacceptable. Well, John Spencer says that this is the best urban warfare ever. This nigga's a retard. We can see him talking right now. He's a fucking idiot. Well, I could go to Gaza. Nigga, you're not the press.
Fatality.
You're going to go in there with a fucking AR-15 tricked out with the IDF. You're basically going to be a fucking soldier.
Welcome, punch!
They go over here talking to like, oh, well, I can go. Come with me. You're not the press, bitch. So
it's an interesting genocide, right? When the population actually grows, right?
Uh-huh.
How does that work? Because in general, when a genocide happens, the population gets, I don't know, lessened. Over here, the population actually grew. Also, in the stats that you're citing, which is from the Hamas Health Ministry.
Which figure exactly?
The figure of the amount of people who died.
Okay, which number?
Which number would you like?
You weren't listening. Which number?
Which number would you like?
No, I'm asking you, which number are you disputing?
Any number that you want.
How many do you think died then?
I think it was about 40,000.
You think about 40,000?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with 40,000.
Yeah.
It's more, but that's fine. We'll go 40,000.
However much you want. You could use 50, 60, whatever.
No, let's use 40.
100.
That's fine.
It's
that's
fine.
Now, let me ask you, how many of those 40,000 were Hamas?
Quite a few. More than half.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say maybe...
More than half.
Okay, what do you estimate?
Let's say 21.
Okay.
Let's just use it on a low end. I think it was higher, but let's say 21.
Okay.
Do you know how urban warfare works?
Oh, so here's... Okay,
I was a
address
soldier. I know how urban warfare works.
That's great.
In urban warfare, there's a higher percentage of civilian casualties in
Sure.
every single instance that there was urban warfare.
Sure.
There was a higher percentage of individual casualties than 1-to-1. In this, there's a miraculous 1-to-1. In addition to that, one more point, if you will have
no
it.
worries. Go ahead.
One more point is that there so happens to be no deaths from old ages accounted into this. And in a population of 2 million, we have a perfect statistic of the amount of deaths expected from old ages. But go ahead. You could spew whatever it is you want to spew. I will tell you one last thing before I end, is that Israel will stand strong, regardless of if the whole entire world, all 212 countries stand and tell us that we're wrong, we will stand and survive. But you could go ahead and you could tell us about the genocide where the population expanded. You could tell us about the genocide where somehow there was a 1-to-1, where this is the most moral army in the world. Israel did not have to send out text messages and phone calls to the areas that they're bombing. They do not need to evacuate the
When
population.
you say 1-to-1 ratio, do you mean civilian to Hamas fighter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, every single civilian death in war is unfortunate, and it's a sad occurrence. But this is actually unprecedented in the history of urban warfare. the United States and its allies have acted a lot more irrationally, quote unquote. I think it was rational, but a lot less. The ratio was a lot worse when it comes to this type of war, where you're fighting in a built-up zone against combatants that are hiding behind the civilian populations as a matter of policy, against combatants who are sworn to your destruction regardless of the price. This is a very, very simple equation. Whoever comes to kill you, our Bible says, wake up and kill them first. Now, anybody could say whatever it is they want. I could stand here against the entire world, all 6, 7 billion, 8 billion of them, and we will stand strong until the last man jack. That might hurt to an anti-Israel guy, but we will do it. And I will be there with them. But go ahead.
Okay, so the first point you made was that there isn't a genocide happening. Well, almost every... Where's he going? Where's he going? No. No. Let me address your points. Wow. Okay, that's incredible. So I let him speak, right? I let him speak, and now he doesn't even want to stand on how he's about to get embarrassed right now, because I'm about to refute every single one of his points. Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
Okay.
it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me hear what this anti-Semitic grifter has to say.
Let me speak.
He has the platform. Go ahead.
Let me speak, and I let you say everything that you want to say.
Yeah. Let them know that the Jews won't take this silently. But go ahead.
Okay. So the first claim you made was that this isn't a genocide. Every single genocide
Population grew.
Okay. Every single genocide expert, to include Jewish Israeli researchers that study genocides and are Holocaust researchers, have deemed this as a genocide. Okay.
Population grew.
That's irrelevant. Systematically removing a
The
group of people.
population grew.
And there's also an ethnic cleansing. Every expert on this is saying that this is a
population grew.
genocide. To include Israeli humanitarian groups. That's number one.
The
so that's not
population
correct.
grew.
Number two, your figure is 40,000 have died. Fair.
1 to 1.
Okay. Well, yeah. And then you said that about 21,000 were Hamas fighters, right?
At least.
Okay. That means that 19,000 people that are innocent died. That's
Urban warfare
unacceptable.
is unfortunate.
That's no. Oh,
Hiroshima,
it's unfortunate.
Nagasaki.
So let me ask you
Dresden.
this. Let me ask you this. What if Hamas said, "Oh, sorry, bro, we killed 600 of your people"? Would you accept that?
Hamas is not a fighter. Hamas targets civilians by default. That is their 1-2 step. Yes.
Really?
They are sworn to our very destruction.
Who's killed more civilians during this conflict?
You could actually try and ratio this as much as you want, but if somebody came and killed one of my children, I will go out and kill every single last one of them.
Ah, so you'll kill even innocent people.
I will kill anybody who's responsible for the death of my children.
There you go.
Yes.
So isn't it interesting? Basically, off your numbers.
I don't know what kind of pussy you are, that if somebody came and threatened your family, you would sit there and take it and say like, oh, let me try avoid collateral damage.
Right. So anyway,
it's very simple.
Look,
anybody who threatens me,
for 2 seconds?
they are right now signing their death warrant and their families.
I need you to relax a little bit.
I'm pretty relaxed, but you seem to be talking.
I was very calm when you were giving your numbers. Let me please finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
So first, you said it wasn't a genocide. Every genocide
population grew.
Every prominent genocide researcher is saying this qualifies
but
as a
the population
genocide.
grew.
That's number one. Number
How
two,
does that happen in a genocide?
Number two.
My nation suffered a genocide. We lost 6 million people. That's a genocide.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Next, you claim that 19,000 innocent people died. Even if I went with your figure, even if I went with your figure, that is too much. Okay.
Urban warfare.
Now,
in urban warfare, the ratio is 12 to 1. Did you see what happened in the Philippines in Middle War, in the World War II?
You have to stop. Let me finish what I'm saying because this all weaves together. Please stop interrupting. Okay? You're claiming that 19,000 innocent people have died. That is still unacceptable. And I'll tell you why it's unacceptable.
It's sad.
You mentioned urban warfare.
Unacceptable.
No, it's unacceptable.
No, you're wrong.
It's unacceptable.
You don't know urban warfare.
Just like, here's the difference between me and you. I think it's unacceptable that Israelis died on that day, but you think it's totally acceptable for 19,000
urban warfare has.
Oh, now you're saying urban warfare.
Yes, urban warfare in general, in the history of urban warfare, there's been a 12 to 1 ratio. The United States has liberated the Philippines in World War II with a 12 to 1 ratio.
By your logic, Hamas was doing
in Japan in World War II.
You guys at urban warfare.
What?
They killed less civilians.
We're amazing at urban warfare.
Okay. See now, when I put this.
No. What do you? What big?
Now let's continue on. Now let's continue. All right. So I'm going to finish saying what I was saying before I was interrupted several times. He claims that it's not a genocide. It is a genocide. Every humanitarian organization, every genocide researcher is saying that this qualifies as a genocide. Number two, he claims that only 19,000 people have been killed. Even with his low figure, that is unacceptable. But we know it's actually 60,000 that died, confirmed, and there's hundreds of thousands missing. Number three, he mentioned that they have a fantastic urban warfare ratio. The problem is that the ratio is actually not that good with 1-to-1. It's actually more like 5-to-1. How do we know this? Because the way that you guys are targeting people is being used by a software called Lavender, which was made by Palantir. This software that you guys use does not really differentiate between civilian, innocent, Hamas fighter. Realistically speaking, you guys have killed around 15 to 20,000 Hamas fighters. So the reality is the staggering majority of the people that you guys have killed are innocent civilians. Okay? Now, you said that they're hiding in population. Now, if they're hiding in the population and you guys claim that they're in the tunnels, why would you bomb above ground facilities? That doesn't make sense. Why would you bomb hospitals? Why would you bomb schools? Why would you bomb churches? Well, if they're hiding them underground, why are you bombing the building above ground? Now, let's get into the next thing. You mentioned that you guys have urban warfare and you guys got a good ratio for urban warfare. Let me explain to you why that's bullshit. The government of Israel has significantly competent intelligence agencies. You guys can do direct airstrikes and do assassinations. As a matter of fact, the Mossad has the best ratio of assassinating their targets. So the reality is you guys have the capability of doing extremely targeted strikes, yet when it comes to Gaza, you guys are bombing them indiscriminately. Well, we know why. It's not about getting rid of Hamas. It's about getting rid of the Palestinians in total so that you can take the land and turn it into a beachfront resort for money down the road. How do I know this? Because Donald Trump fucked up and said, we're going to take Gaza. And then after he got a bunch of media backlash, he switched it around and didn't say a word after that. So this was never, ever about actually getting rid of Hamas or getting the hostages back. It's about taking the land of Gaza for having more power in the region and being the hegemony in the Middle East, which is what Israel wants. So everything that you're saying is a lie.